Okay, we're going to get started doing the job fairs, job fair training. This would really be good for BSRs and try to go over what job fairs is, how to create that. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create job fairs in Alabama Works on the test system.
Wait.
Okay, so I'm just going to start from the beginning. And what I want to do is I'm going to have a job fair at the Albertville Career Center for Wilkes Tire and Battery, which is a local manufacturer here in Albertville. Um, we're going to have a job fair at the Albertville Career Center, but we're going to go over certain things to kind of get you guys familiar with how this works. And when we get through, we're going to enter people who have exited the system, people who have just registered, people that are in Wagner Pizer, show you how fast and quick that you can actually run a job fair. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I'm going to do is go down to schedules, to events calendar. And then we'll click events. And once I click events, it's going to show me whatever listings are. Now, a lot of you guys with RESEA already know how to use this, that you can set up for RESEA events, employee recruitment events. But today, what we're going to do is we're going to cover the job fair events for the Albertville Career Center. One thing that I always find helpful, no matter what, is to go ahead and filter it, even if you're in the right place. So you can see this is the Albertville Career Center's events. Today's the 29th. You can actually see where I've done a test job fair in the system, and I've created that. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a job fair for the 30th. That's tomorrow. Of course, you can always go to the next month and create them, but we're going to go ahead and get started by adding an event. Once you add the event, it gives you the criteria that you can go through, breaks it down pretty easily to how to address the event. So an event category, of course, this is going to be a job fair. And what we're going to do is we're going to title this the Wilkes Tire and Battery Job Fair. Please make sure that your mics are muted. Now, event description, if you want to put anything in here, description, whatever, you can put it in right here. And anything that you want from the job fair that'll be good information. Now, attendees, you can put if you have a limited group for your job fair, which most job fairs that we'll do probably won't, but you can do for 20 or 50. You can allow it to overbook. You can also just have job fair for veterans only. That means veterans that identify themselves in Alabama Works are registered as veterans. So you can do veterans only job fairs as well. Employers, the same way. You can have unlimited, limited class size with these job fairs. And most of the time when you have an employer like Wilkes Tire and Battery and you have at your career center, it's probably just going to be, one employer. Now, if you're doing a job fair outside or you're inviting other people, of course, you can just shoot for unlimited. So just for today, we're going to just show unlimited where we can cover everybody. Okay. Next, this is the schedule when your job fair is going to be. This job fair is going to be a one-time job fair. And if you want to go and you have like a employer who comes to your career center weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, this is where you can make that decision to put that in there. So we're shooting for the 30th of April. So that's when this is going to be displayed. Our job fair at the Albertville Career Center is going to start at 10 a.m. and it's going to be finished at 2 p.m. Okay. Now down here, is where this can be displayed to, this job fair can be displayed to individuals or employers that in Alabama Works or can go through Alabama Works to see it. So what we want to do is we want to mark it for individuals. Since it's only for Wilts, we probably want to leave employers out. So the hidden event, most of you guys will notice this from the RESEA. Hidden event is where it is hidden from employers and job seekers, or it's not. So most RESEAs will come in through the system as hidden events. You see the little gray on there on the RESEA. That's where that gray comes from, and that's the only reason. Okay. All right. So event region, North Alabama Works. This is how we're going to do this job fair. We click the Albertville Career Center, and it will take it down to Albertville, and it'll list the job fair. Now, the tricky thing about this is we can actually go in a region. Let's say it's at Albertville and Coleman. We hold the control key down and click Coleman, and it will add that to that. So you can add multiple career centers for your job fair as far as associated offices are reaching out. Now, one thing that you can't do, I'm not sure why, but let's say if we go to Gadsden and we're going to East Alabama Works, see how it takes out the career centers. So in Gadsden, we could choose Gadsden and Anniston at the same time, bring it down. But once we go back to North Alabama Works, it takes it out. So just kind of give you a heads up on that. Hopefully that's a glitch that they will fix in the future. But what we're doing today is just for Albertville. And so we've got a job fair set up for the Albertville Career Center. That's who's going to be doing this job fair. All right, so here is the next one is event location. If it's on site, if it's off site, or if it's an online event. So you can enter this information here for your people and for the system. Like I said, this one is going to be at the Albertville Career Center. So it picks up Albertville and it puts in the Albertville Career Center address. If we were going off site, we go back and we could enter the organization such as Wilts, the address, et cetera, and go through there and put that information. But for today, we're going to go with the Albertville Career Center. Okay. Next. All right, so this is the customer group. This section right here is very important. If you do Wagner-Pizer, this means that everyone, and it'll say on here, selected services will automatically be recorded without a completion code when registered for this event. What this means is if you select Wagner-Pizer, then only Wagner-Pizer registered active people will be able to be entered in for your job fair. You can't take people who have exited. You can't take people who are just registered. It actually breaks it down, and then the services for individuals shows you where you can enter those services. And you guys that with RESEA are kind of familiar with this, of how the job fairs work. You can see the only thing we've got it set up for is RESEA services. So most of the time, what you're going to do is selected service, registered individuals only, or self-service registered. These shows those that are registered only in the system and have some sort of self-service. What I recommend is doing the non-selected, where that covers everybody. Okay. And the same way for employers, it's just like services. We can enter the employers in the system to bring up a list of employers, just like we can enter services for individuals. Okay. So to me, the best way to do it is just to leave both of these blank. But if you ever want a job fair and you want services for that person that attends, let me know and we can put it in the admin and it will carry over into the job fair system for you. Okay, hit next. Registration method. We're going to put for this one, this is where you can register online, close event 1 hour before, 1 day before, information. You can contact event moderator to register. No registration required. That's what we're going to use for today. Anytime that somebody registers, if you choose, you can alert the moderator about new registrations via email, and you can send reminder to event register. So this is also something that's available for you to use as well. Okay, so for this job fair, have my name as the event moderator, but for me, it gives me a list of names. If your name's not on here, you can always shoot me an email and I'll put your name on here. But for today, I'll put the Career Center Manager, Rhonda Dyer, and so this will show her up as the moderator. Okay. So once we've done this, we click Finish, and we have our job fair. This gives us the information how we can do our job fair, and notice these are things that you can click and go back and make changes if you need to. If you want to view the event, if you want to download it, if you want to manage attendees, you can do that here. If you want to register individuals, employers, calendar, send promotional message, any of that can be done pretty much right here for your job fair. So first off, we know that this is a Wilkes Tire and Battery job fair. So what we're going to do is we're going to register that employer for this job fair. Okay. Let's see if we have them on here. No. So we want to go down to Wilkes, search. Okay, so here's Wilkes Tire and Battery. The employer ID is 122669. Okay, so right here. So we want to contact, or we want to select Wilkes Tire and Battery and register them for their job fair. We click that, register selected users. And then you can see right here where they are. Okay. And they're registered, the employer, this employer here is registered for your job fair. Now, if you go back to the main menu and you want to start over, you can go back to your events calendar and say you want to find this job fair. Let's say you're at a different career center and you want to go back and you want to find the Albertville job fair. Hit filter. And you can see it's right here, Wilkes Tire and Battery job fair. Now here you have the option, since you've created it, to view the event, to edit it, to copy it, if you want to do another one, or to print a QR code. Also, this gives you a link to the event for the job fair. This will work even outside of Alabama Work. So if you go here, let's just say I've opened up a new screen and I want to put this link in. And you can see where it gives me my job fair. So this is something that you can use once you get more familiar with it, that when you're marketing and you're reaching out, it's a link to the job fair. And it's, you can see right here where it says sign up to register. So in case you ever need that link, it's right there. Okay. You can modify the currents, you can manage attendees, everything pretty much is right here for you to do with this job fair. Okay, so next thing we're going to do on this job fair is we're going to add some attendees.
There you go.
So, all right, so I've got some attendees listed that I want to add. So I'm going to go ahead and add those and bring them to the job fair. All right. First thing I want to save this information. Register individuals. And my first individual I'm going to add, and all these individuals I've just created myself. Search. Okay, so first person I'm going to add is Nick Saban. He's out of a job, so he needs to go to this job fair. He's contacted me, and I'm going to add him. Once I bring him up, all it is just a list. I'll click register selected user, and it brings him up in the job fair. Okay, the next individual I'm going to register Amber Stone. Notice that she is a Wagner Pizer in road 325 2022. Select register selected user. She's in my job fair. Okay. Now I'm going to register my next person. State ID 2868928. Search. Okay. Tyrone Adams. Register. All right. So I've got Adams in here. I'm going to my next individual. I think that's right. Yep, Aaron Wright. Register. Okay. So I've got these individuals in here. Now notice here on it kind of keeps my scoreboard here. Total users 5. 5 have registered. Nobody's attended because they haven't been marked. Anything else? None of that has been shown. So no, it's been updated. But if you guys are similar to RESEA, you can see where you can mark them once they attend to your job fair, and of course that will update on the scoreboard. Now notice another thing on this is the Wagner Pizer status, where there's 2 dots. There's RIC not applicable because that's an employer, and a RIC. And if you look down here, this means that this person, RIC, is registered individual completed application. WPI is a Wagner Pizer, is eligibility date beyond, application's incomplete. Wagner Pizer completed, has a participation date, and then of course the 2 stars is possibly missing, incomplete, or duplicate information. Please mute your microphones. Wagner Pizer status, you can see these 2 stars. This is pretty much somebody who has exited from the system. And then here's the other information. All right, so now I'll have my job fair, and I have someone who's wanting to enter, and they're wanting to register for my job fair. So that's the next thing we're going to do, is we're going to register somebody, do a complete registration for them. Let's see, so I'm going to go into my home page and log off the system. My information off. All right, so next we're going to register. There's someone who's going to do a complete registration. They're not going to a Wagner Pizer. All they're wanting to do is register to attend our job fair. So for you guys who've never seen this, it is a fairly quick process. Okay, so take this person off. Hopefully this will work. All right. Now I'm going to register Freddie Freeman. So 970. So username is Freeman 1970. Braves number 1. It's a password. 1. It's a password. Security question. Pet's name. We'll say Blooper. Okay, so anything with asterisk has to be answered on here. So I'm going to skip the pen. Social security number has to be done. One two nine 1970. All right, and zip code is Freddie's going to live in Albertville 35950. And Freddie is authorized to work. Notice here, you don't have to put an email address in for registration. So an email is not necessary just to do a registration in the system. So Freddie's going to skip that because he's just here for the job fair. Okay. So the date of birth is 11/10/1970. Gender, Freddie is a male. And he has registered with Selective Service and never been convicted of a crime. Okay, so hit next, and I'm hoping that this will go through. Great. Okay, so first name is going to be Freddie Freeman. Next. Address, we're going to say 289 US Highway 431. And the rest of it's already filled out. And then the residential address, and click here. And that carries over. Hit next. Okay, you do have to have a phone number. And the primary phone type, of course, cell, mobile, residence, whatever. So Freddie has a cell phone. Okay, please select the method. If you just want, so this is the way that they can receive messages. So it is kind of important. If they want to just choose an internal message, that way that's all they'll get. They won't get it through their email. If they want to get a text message, notice when I hit email, it will tell me, I'll go in here where I'm accessing this site, let's say from work, other, and it should say, I see it next. Okay, required field, please describe. Okay, other. So let's just move this to another website. Okay, and then next. You have selected email's preferred method, but you have not entered an email address. Please enter your email address. So that lets me know that I can't receive messages by email. I can only do text because I do have a cell phone if available, and I did indicate cell phone or internal. So I'm going to choose text message. The next thing it asks me is if I'm a citizen. Okay. If I have a disability, I'm going to put no, I do not. And it's going to fill out the rest of it for me. Highest education. Freddie does have a high school diploma, and he's not attending school. Okay, and Freddie is not working. He would like to get into private business. He has no security clearance, doesn't have to. He is not receiving unemployment. He's currently looking for work, and he has not been affected by COVID. In the last 12 months, he's not received a termination or from layoff for the job, and he is not a farm worker. Kind of job Freddie desires? We're going to say welder. Brings up the occupational title, information there. Freddie is not Hispanic, white, does not have any trouble speaking English. And is not a veteran nor has spouse in the military. Okay, scroll down to the bottom. No. All right, and then click finish. And now Freddie is finished. Okay, so this is actually Freddie's desktop right here. So he can go onto job search, resume builder, career services, any of this information. Also, Freddie can go to his dashboard and see what else is out there, what's available. So this is kind of when someone registers, this is the information it gives them. Okay. So Freddie has this information, background, career explorer, David dashboard, programs and services. All this here is available for Freddie to use. There's the calendar, all events. Notice there's 2 events here on the calendar. Here's current month's events, job fairs. There's 2. That is the test I did for Albertville, and then the one we just did for Wilkes Tire and Battery. So Freddie can see this. So Freddie sees these job fairs. He says, I think I want to do a job fair. So he clicks these events. He scrolls down, and he sees the Wilkes Tire and Battery job fair. He clicks this. View employers attending. So Freddie wants to see who all the employers is. So, of course, this is just one employer. There's booth 1 for Wilkes Tire and Battery. Freddie clicks that, and it gives him the profile of Wilkes Tire and Battery that's in Alabama Works. And Freddie can see what their employers are, their private sector, a little bit about Wilkes Tire and Battery. So when you're creating a job fair and you're wanting to market, you want to make sure that your information on your employer is something that people who may be attending the job fair can see and update. So view more employer info, and he can get more information on this employer. Actually, this employer's information is on here, so they've not hid that. So okay, so Freddie's going back to look at the job fair again. The Wilkes Tire and Battery. And this gives him information on who to contact about the job fair if he wants to reach out and contact them. Okay. The event is open but does not require registration. So once they've registered, then he's pretty much available to attend this job fair. No registration required. This information's on here. Okay. All right. So now Freddie reaches out to the Albertville Career Center, and he wants to attend this job fair. So he's interested. He wants to attend. So what we want to do is we're going to bring the job fair up, and we're going to register Freddie for the job fair. And this can be done on the day or whatever, but a staff needs to do that. Okay, so we go back, we find the Wilkes Tire and Battery job fair. Manage attendees. We have 5 already. That's included an employer. So we want to register Freddie. Freddie's told us his social security number. Okay, there's Freddie Freeman. Register. And then Freddie's in the job fair along with the others. And then when Freddie shows up for the job fair, you can mark him as attended. Put this one as attended. Let's see, room full. This one as canceled. This one as no show. And then, of course, the employer showed up. And then Aaron Wright as attended. Okay, and then we want to save. All right, so our job fair is over. So we've got all of our no-show reason. Did not call or attend. That's the only thing we know of. We don't know why it didn't show. Okay. So we've got our reasons here. And what we do is we want to run a report to our area manager about our job fair. We just click export to Excel. And then this will download our job fair. And I know it's kind of, I'll make it a little bigger. But you can have a job fair report, and it will tell you all the people that at the job fair, if there were individuals or employers, their phone numbers, if you need to reach out, or if the employer wants their phone numbers to reach out and you'll allow that, then their phone numbers are here. When they registered for the job fair, which was today, their status, of course, which we went over that, and whether they attended or whether they no-showed. So that will give you all that information in that report to have to share with your manager or area manager or whoever that you want to share with. I think that's a pretty good synopsis of how to do job fairs in Alabama Works, how to register people for job fairs, how people can register themselves for job fairs, or you can assist with just a registration and not a total Alabama Works registration. So let's see. So I'm going to go in here and